Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to have some fun here with the IHRA. Welcome to Durana Raceway. Our fuel categories are on deck and ready to make some noise here on Speed Sport 1. You are watching the Outlaw Nitro series here, courtesy of the IHRA. I'm Ken Stout. That's Tommy Johnson Jr. Top Fuel and Top Fuel Funny Cars are in the house. This guy knows exactly what it feels like. He's won in both categories. We're going to have some fun here today. It's great to have these big, high horsepower cars out here.
Been a long time since we've seen the Top Fuel and Funny Cars in the IHRA. I can't wait to get the day started. We've seen some great qualifying performances. Let's get to the action.
Absolutely. Let's go racing. Burnout's complete here. Wind blowing right back at the tower has filled the room with nitro fumes. It is awesome. Todd Barker, number 5 qualifier, number 4 qualifier, Jack Wyatt. That we have on the sheet there too?
No, but they've updated. We must have missed something on the sheet. I think we got the old sheet, not the new sheet.
We don't always get updated stuff, so sometimes they don't update us at all. Line in the left lane. Boy, they sent them right down through there, both of them. Great battle right there, and Wyatt's going to steal it. 436 with an 8, 451 with a 9 for Todd Barker. Reaction time to Todd Barker.
We got one in the sand trap.
All the way down to the end of the track and into the sand trap, as you said.
Yeah, I could see Todd Barker's car going through the shutdown area pretty fast. No shoots, but sand trap there at the end should have caught him.
Hoping he is okay here, of course. Safety down there immediately.
Jack Wyatt getting the win, 436 to a 451. Look at the difference in the speeds at the finish line, 280 miles per hour and 239. Jack shutting it off, and then the Todd's car, 280 miles per hour.
You wonder if the throttle hung?
I don't know. I just didn't see any shoots on it. I didn't see the shoots come out. You can see Todd standing there behind the car. He went into the sand trap. It did its job. The car's buried in there pretty good. He went in there a pretty good lick, but roof hatch open, Todd out. I mean, it doesn't appear to be a ton of damage. You know the front of the body's killed, so hopefully it went in there a little smooth. He was still at pretty good speed, it looked like on camera when I saw the car go by down there.
Well, it's upright. Like you said, he's out of the car, and thanking safety guys for getting down there as quickly. More importantly, the sand trap did what it was supposed to do, and doesn't look like he rolled the thing over in the process. Watch it one more time.
Both of them shutting off a little early there, but there you can see no shoots for Todd. He knows it right there. You can see the car start to bounce a little bit. He's getting on the brakes pretty hard. At this point, you're trying to decide, do I go to the brakes, try the shoots again? Now he's on the brakes real hard. You see the car starting to bounce. Carbon fiber brakes are getting hot, bouncing up and down a little bit. You almost could see the chute trying to come out. Maybe the pilot was caught or something. Nope, still packed, so. Just no deployment of the chutes.
We're going to show you the ladder here as it was updated from what we heard. Apparently, Del Worsham hit the center line last night. I thought when we watched a replay, I thought he was clear of that, but the official said no, that he did hit the center line, so it changed up how things were done. So he'll line up alongside Joey Haas now. Mike McIntyre, as we talked about McIntyre, qualifying number 1, will line up alongside Jody Austin, Jack Wyatt, Todd Barker, of course. They already battled that one out, and Jack Wyatt came home the winner.
Yeah, not with a lot of action after the run, too. Todd Barker going into the sand trap. It was crazy. The chutes didn't come out, couldn't get the car stopped, into the sand trap, and not add insult to injury, lost the round and the car as well.
And they have lit one up. We're finally ready to go racing here one more time. Great to have Del Worsham back out here and inside of a car as well. Been tuning for a number of years and just as good at that as he was at driving. Of course, extremely good at driving as well. The 1992 IHRA Funny Car Champ, ready to make some smoke. Also two-time champ as well. Three-time champ overall. Two-time NHRA top fuel champion. Sorry, one-time top fuel, one-time funny car.
The interesting thing about this matchup, before when we had the really hot racetrack, the sun was out, Joey Haas probably had a little bit of an advantage over Dale Worsham. His car probably doesn't have as much power as Dell's and would have went down that racetrack a lot easier. Now we've had the rain come in. The track temperature's down to 97 degrees. Track's much better. You can put more power to it. Given the advantage, in my opinion, to Dale Worsham, he has more runs in these kind of conditions than Joey does.
Yeah, really, really good point there. Of course, his father, Chuck, and he and his father raced their own stuff for many, many years.
The old Tinker's toy.
Very, very good at what they did, too. Round one of eliminations here in funny car. Joey Haas lined up on the left side out of Pleasant View, Tennessee. Dale Worsham on the right side with the 2024 Toyota Supra. Qualified in the number 6 hole after hitting that center line. Lined up a little bit to the right side of this lane here as well. Joey Haas is going to make him earn it, that's for sure. Great job there, 066 light, but he got beat by Worsham. I'm sorry, he did beat Worsham there at the starting line, 096, but Worsham was able to drive back around him with a 411 at the other end.
That's exactly what I thought we'd see here. Joey Haas come out, went a 428 last night, right down the track, 429. But the conditions are much better. Dale Worsham come loose last night. Here today, nice solid 411, 317, top speed of the meet so far by a mile.
Yeah, that white car chugging right down through there.
Dale hasn't been in the seat for a while, but it all is coming back very quickly.
Laundry coming out at the perfect time. I mean, it's like riding a bike.
Yeah, it is definitely like riding a bike for Dale right now. You know, you stop and think how many runs he's made. Everybody always asks me, how many laps have you made down these tracks? I'm like, I don't know, it's in the thousands. Well, Dale Worsham's made thousands and thousands of runs as well.
Bushwhacker Racing fires that one up. The 2020, 2023, and 2024 Outlaw Fuel Altered Champ. Still have yet to fire up the Mac Attack.
Yeah, I think Jody's team had a little bit of issue yesterday. It was a little slow on the start line, so Mike McIntyre's team probably noticed that, giving him a little extra time just to make sure everything's going smooth over there. But one thing I noticed about Jody's car yesterday was I thought he was revving it up because it had too much stall or something was wrong in the clutch. I'm not so sure. That thing doesn't have a pedal clutch in it. There's a centrifugal clutch in all these cars out here, but I'm not so sure that Jody Austin's car does not have a pedal or a centrifugal clutch. I think he has a regular pedal clutch. I asked a few people, nobody wanted to say.
Burnout's complete here as Dale Creasy Jr. and Terry Haddock will roll into the water to get ready for the next spare. Back attack backing up here. Mike out of Chesterland, Ohio. Burke McKinney car.
Nice solid pass for them last night, a 407, take the #1 spot. Really head and shoulders above the entire class last night.
Yeah, they really put together a great effort there right at the very end of the night. 7 IHRA Nostalgia Nitro Funny Car wins. We talked about Tony Shortall as well, being the crew chief for him. Extremely knowledgeable, ton of experience. Best hair in the business. Body back down. I think we're ready to go here.
Everything's cool. Jody rolls them in.
Yeah, man.
Double ball, Mike.
Yeah, put both of them on. The clock doesn't start till he turns on the top ball card, correct?
Yeah, so 7 seconds now. He has 7 seconds to put the bottom bulb on. Seems like forever, but it can go quick. Here we go. Great pass by Mike.
Yeah, really nice.
6 with a 4, even improving on his qualifying time. This track is in outstanding condition, 308 miles per hour. We saw Jody's car launch and then put cylinders out and fall back, but outstanding run by the McIntyre team.
Yeah, he was 407 in qualifying. That was good enough for number 1. 406 here, 308 mile per hour, just about the same. Tony Shortall thought the track was better. Conditions were a tick better. Consequently, they go a tick quicker as well. Jody Austin, unfortunately, not able to make it to the other end in under power.
Yeah, you can see the early numbers are a lot better. So so they know the track is a lot better early, so they're giving it a little more clutch.
And our Kristen Banks is at the top end. She's with Del Worsham.
Del Worsham, you told me yesterday you were going to hit 300. You just hit 317. How'd you get it done?
Weather conditions definitely came to us. We fought just some hot conditions. The track's been hot all weekend. So finally, today track cooled down, and a couple runs on the car. It was a new car, just trying to get things dialed in, get me dialed in as a driver. Crew did a good job, and I'm excited to be here. You know, I've been to Columbus in almost 20 years, and race here again, race with IHRA again, which I haven't done in 20 years. And support Daryl, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, TJ was talking in the booth. You guys have done thousands of runs. Any guess at how many runs you've done?
Well, I would say from 1991 until 2006, and at least probably average 6 runs a race, plus testing, so a lot.
I'm not good at math, so we're going to send it back to you guys, but it's probably a lot.
Oh, probably 5,000 total.
5,000 is what we're going to go with. Back to you guys.
That's what I was guessing, around 5,000.
I mean, my gorilla math says 5,000. Well, you probably ask Dave. He might actually know the real number over there. We'll let him stew on that for just a little bit. But
come on, Dale, use your hands and your feet.
Take your shoes off, man. You'll get there. All right, Terry Haddock and Dale Creasy Jr. lining up here next. Talk about people that have had a bunch of runs, and certainly a bunch of runs here with the IHRA. Terry Haddock, the reigning champ with the IHRA. Last time we ran Fuel Funny Cars, and he's finally able to run that number 1.
Yeah, it was only 17 years ago.
Yeah, took a little bit, but he's there.
These guys have matched up a few times in competition in the IHRA.
Yeah, really the last 2 champions that the IHRA had. Of course, Dale Creasy Jr., a 2-time champion here with the IHRA as well. 2006, 2007, 2008, Terry Haddock. Way over by the wall was Dale Creasy Jr. Straight as a string goes Terry Haddock. Puts a 414 on the board, 286.
Nice run by Terry. Nice straight, right down through there, 286. Probably shut it off a little early, but nice solid run. Got the win. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the replay to see what happened to Dale's car. It looked like it might have put a hole on the left side because it does pull him over to the wall. Yeah, you can see the hole out there. Drives him straight to the wall. These things put so much thrust out of the headers. When you have a cylinder quit firing on one side or the other, it will drive the car because you have 4 pipes on one side and only 3 on the other. It'll just turn that car and drive it whichever direction.
And we'll take a look at the updated bracket here. McIntyre will line up alongside Jack Wyatt, Terry Haddock, and Del Worsham will square off here in the semifinal round. We are far from done. You got to make sure you come back and join us as we go racing once again in just a few minutes here for the IHRA. Welcome back to Durana Raceway. We're here in Hebron, Ohio, watching some of the best in the business go at it.
Lex June in the right-hand lane. Will Smith in the left-hand lane. Number 3, number 6 qualifiers. Lex only got, he shut it off about half track last night. Didn't want to hurt parts, so here he is today. Let's see if we can pick it up a little bit.
This is when it counts. Run it out of the gate if you have to. Here we go. Bulbs are on. Boy, Lex had to pedal that thing and try to catch it. As a bit of a pedal fest between the two. It's going to be Lex that grabs the win here with a 5:32.3. 0:40 reaction time there for Will Smith. Just couldn't get it to the other end.
Both guys going out there, getting in trouble, having to pedal it. That was a never quit. Try to get it to the finish line first round. Both these guys, 871 for Will's car on the left-hand side of the track. It was really running good early, but Lex June, 914. But then things both come loose, and they were both pretty quick to pedal. Oh, Lex car right there. You see the cylinder out. Will Smith rattles the tires, tries to pedal it. Chutes coming out. He probably banged the blower on Lex's car and knocked the chutes out of it. And Will trying to catch him, but it was actually a siding race, 5:32 to a 5:43, a little closer.
Saw that first pair go down through there. So our number 1 qualifier, Scott Palmer, will line up alongside Chuck Lofton, Cameron Foray, and Doug Foley will go at it here. Krista Baldwin, Mitch King. We heard from Mitch just a little bit ago. Chris is super excited to be out here racing. And, of course, we just saw Will Smith and Lex Jr. Spin it over. Looks like Palmer's ready to rip as well. That one fires up, comes to life. Greg Tedesco and the Loose Cannon was the boat that Bobby Cardozo worked on. One of the first successful twin prop boats. And that thing would leap up out of the water. It was quite a sight to see. But now doing it out here on the asphalt. So helping out Scott Palmer. We'll see how they do here in round number 1. They got it to the top of the sheets one day ago. Chuck Lofton with a little bit of work to do here.
Yeah, Chuck had an interesting burnout there. Hit the throttle, got it up on the tire, and then looked like he almost pedaled it and decided, oh, I shouldn't have lifted so soon, and then thought, oh, maybe I'll hit it again, and then thought better of it. So I'm hoping that's all it was. I hope it wasn't maybe a throttle cable or something happened, but looks like they're taking the throttle stop off, so I think everything's okay, but just interesting burnout for sure.
And, of course, you talked about Donnie Bender being the crew chief for him. He's also a winner in the A field, B field, C field of Funny Car Chaos, so has had some good success over there, Chuck Lofton.
We saw Palmer's car making a pretty nice run last night, and him out there pedaling, tried to decide whether he wanted to stay in the throttle or pedal it, and ended up costing himself probably a little money by pushing the head gaskets out, but it showed that it was on a pretty nice pass, and I fully expect, since the track is in much better shape today, that this car will make a pretty nice run first round.
Crews have cleared away. It's go time. Palmer sends it right down through there. Used that a little bit late, it looked like, so he'll use it all, but he'll be just fine. 393 with the 300 miles per hour as he'll grab the win. A little bit late there at the starting line as Chuck made him pay right there, but could not get to the finish line first.
Yeah, a nice 393, first 3-second run of the weekend. Conditions are so much better now after the rain and the cool down. Look at that car going down through there. Still a little bit of green flames, a little lean and putting some holes out right before the finish line, but look at the contrails coming off that rear wing. It's still humid out there.
And the Candyman out of Galveston, Texas gets the tires lit up. Waiting now for Krista Baldwin, of course, third-generation racer. Father Bobby, and of course her grandfather, the Greek, Chris Karamessinas.
Chris has been renting her car out last few races. Spencer Massey driving that car and made some really nice runs. That car is plenty capable of going out there and running. We just saw a 393. That car is plenty capable of going out there and running the 80 right now. I think it's the conditions are good enough that where you can run a 380 right now if you're brave enough to send it. And I know our crew chief Scott Graham, he's probably brave enough.
She's certainly brave enough. Started off when she was 18 years old in a front engine dragster, went 760, 180 miles an hour. No fear in that girl. Mitch King, a ton of experience over the course of time. Donnie Bender also helping him out as well. Won at both Top Fuel and Funny Car. Also fuel altered, speaking of that. Another Funny Car Chaos winner. Down through there. Nice pass out of her. 410, 248 miles per hour, 873 at the 60-foot mark. It was good up front.
Yeah, I saw cylinders go out on Krista's car on the left side. I saw cylinders out everywhere on Mitch's car. So that was not a pretty run by either side, but Krista's is a little less ugly in 410. Here at the replay, you'll see on the left side of Krista's car right there, we put the cylinder out, but Mitch had already had problems by then and clicked her off a little early in 410. Qualifying numbers for both these cars are not stellar. They didn't get down the racetrack. We know Doug Foley's car, it's plenty capable of running 375 right now. So he had some issues last night on the right side. It scuffed the piston during warm-up, and they didn't realize it. Come up here, he hit the gas, and problems on the right side of the engine shut it off. So Cameron Ferre, they only made the one qualifying run and didn't make it down the track. So this will be an interesting pair. Neither one of these cars have been to the finish line yet.
Big move, but he gets it down to the other end. Look at that one, 382 with a 5, 321 miles per hour. By far the best pass we've seen here today. Excellent pass.
Now that's what I was talking about. I knew his car had the type of performance to get down there and run those numbers, and just hadn't been able to do it yet. 382, 321, by far the top speed of the meet so far. But Cameron Ferre was right there alongside pretty much all the way till the car made a hard move to the left down here towards the top end, and he shut it off. But look at Doug Foley's car, nice and clean, straight to the finish line. Little warm down there near the other end, but great run.
8:53 at the 60-foot mark. Right off to a good start.
Best we've seen so far.
Yeah, really solid pass. And we'll show you the ladder here as the semifinals are reflected, as Scott Palmer will take on Doug Foley, and Chris Baldwin, of course, will take on Lex June. Should be a good semifinal.
Lex June, basically the only one of those cars to not go down the racetrack that time, come loose and pedaled it to the finish line. And Krista had a hole out, shut it off maybe a little early, but the other two laid down some pretty good numbers, and it might take that 375 to get the winner of that round.
Yeah. And we'll see if Scott Palmer will get another chance at it here. We'll see if he throws it up on the board. We'll go racing here in just a few more minutes. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and we're right back at it here on Speed Sport 1. Welcome back to the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here at the first event of the 2025 season, having a great time. They just absolutely thunder. Never gets old. It never gets old. Burnouts begin, and obviously Toyota body there for Del Worsham. Associated with him for a good while now. Mustang body on the far side for Terry Haddock.
Oh, Terry's coming back there a little aggressive.
Yeah, I always get nervous. I see the guys standing behind the car, and I know they're in that, where that traction compound is. Their feet are stuck to the ground, so there's no quick moving out there.
Yeah, he was coming in hot from that burnout. So. A long ways to go. But I was looking at the drone shot. That was a really good shot. You could see when they roll through the water, they drag the water out a little ways, and a little worried about Terry backing up so fast. He got back there that far. He might have got into it, but he was close. He was close.
Rolling right up in there. Okay, we're going to decide who's going to the finals here. Terry Haddock lined up on the right-hand side. Del Worsham on the left-hand side. Worsham last time around 4:11. Haddock 4:14. Here we go. Boy, they are lit up, traveling down through there. there to get the job done.
Wow.
2 reaction times by a small margin to Worsham. The win margin, 19 thousandths of a second to Worsham as well. 4:06.3 to a 4:07.2. 0.92 light at the starting line to a 1:02. So not much there either. I mean, very, very impressive effort out of both teams.
Man, it took a little while on that track prep, but boy, did it pay off. Look at that, 4:06 to a 4:07. Both weren't killing the tree, but they were close together, and man, look at them header flames. Terry's car's got nice bright orange flames. Dell's a little more white, but man, was that a good drag race. Boy, Terry was on the throttle a long way. I think he thought it was a quarter-mile pass.
I'm glad you caught that because the color, even sitting here, we looked up out of the window, the color of the flames were distinctly different between the 2 cars. So a great battle there, man. Oh, so close. That was exciting for sure. Dell Worsham will get the nod here and go to the final round. We'll find out who is going to race here in just a moment, either Mike McIntyre or Jack Wyatt. Both cars sitting here in the water box ready to go. Make sure that that Terry's okay down there.
Looks like everything's good. They've got Terry off the racetrack and give the signal to fire up the cars. Jack Wyatt against Mike McIntyre.
Saw Worsham in a Toyota Supra, Toyota Camry is what we'll see here for McIntyre.
Just about had all the makes and models. Got Dodge, Jack Wyatt, a couple Toyotas, and a Ford.
A lot of effort spent in the wind tunnel to develop these bodies over the course of time.
Just outstanding numbers in that last pair. These guys watching, the other crew chiefs are sitting up there and watching that pair and made some last minute quick adjustments. There's a few small things they can do. And I know Mike McIntyre, he ran a 4:06 the first round. He just saw Dell Worsham go 4:06, so he knows that the track is there for it.
And of course, Wyatt, with his numbers, I mean, they're just not even comparable because he ran before the storm, and as you talked about before, and so much quicker after. So we'll see if they can make the correct adjustments here in the right lane with Jack Wyatt to accommodate the better conditions. Definitely got their work cut out for him, taking on the #1 qualifier, Mike McIntyre, who has definitely put together some good laps here. Wyatt's ready to go. Here we go. Trouble for McIntyre, both of them. Laundry out quick for Wyatt. Wyatt hits the throttle again as well. So both of them doing their best to get that thing down through there, and it's going to be McIntyre that gets there first.
You can see the panic, the disappointment in Mike McIntyre. Then he looks over and sees Jack Wyatt off the throttle, the parachute out, and you can see the panic. Oh, I can beat him. So he jumps back in the throttle, gets a little more sideways, back out of the throttle, did a nice job not over-correcting the car. You know, you can get in trouble very easily. These cars are a big handful to drive when you're smoking the tires and trying to pedal them, and did a nice job. Didn't get too excited, but yet still got the win. Look at that pedal. Oops, going right, off. He's still not moving. Okay, let me try it again. It's so hard in these cars to just squeeze the throttle open. The supercharger's sucking the blades closed. There's not a lot of travel in the throttle. It's not an easy thing to do, and you have to almost smack it with your foot to get it to open halfway and then go on down through there. But Mike did a nice job. He finally got it to open up easily there at the end.
Great information. It's a great description. I'd never heard it before, but it makes perfect sense. And everybody at home, every driver at home often thinks, why can't they just squeeze back on that throttle? But we need somebody like you that's been in that car to describe exactly what's going on and how hard it is. So that'll wrap things up there for Funny Car. Of course, we will see McIntyre and Dell Worsham square off in the final round to see who's going to claim this win. We are far from done. You got to make sure you come back and join us as we go racing once again in just a few minutes here with the IHRA. Welcome back to the IHRA Nitro Outlaw Series. All the racing action going down right here at Durana Raceway. Fair amount of work to do as they fire up Lex June. And Krista Baldwin also running. So here we go. And of course, chatting with you a little bit earlier, you said you feel like the track is probably close to the same. Wiping off the rear tires. We always see that process go on after the burnouts now, and pushing them back up there. Keep those things as clean as absolutely possible.
I think they're shutting Krista Baldwin's car off. I can hear the RPMs rev up. I'm pretty sure that the... no, it's still running. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there.
I think it was the other side.
Oh, Lex June who was shutting off. I heard seen her car make a move backwards towards us, so we had a lot of action going on there on the start line.
So a single for Krista. She's going to go to the final round here.
Yeah.
How about that?
You think she was excited in the staging lanes? We can see her at the other end.
Hope she gets a good pull here. That thing down through there. And she might have just clicked that. Do you think she clicked it early?
No, I think it might have went out there and rattled itself, and she slapped it and shut it off. Seen the flames go down and then went back up, so it didn't do that itself, or it wasn't a planned shut off, or it wouldn't went back up. So I think it probably maybe rattled her foot off the throttle and back on. Not sure what happened with Lexus car. Looks like they're maybe mopping up a little bit of fluid on that left-hand lane, but we'll see what we can see here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just looked a little funny when it left, and then off the throttle, back on the throttle, and decided it was better just to shut it off. We're going to the final round. Let's not create any damage.
Yeah, good call. So good job for her. Keep that thing lit and drive down through there. Hopefully some information that they can utilize back in the final round.
That's information you don't want to utilize right there. That wasn't good information.
None of it?
Well, you can see what went wrong, but yeah, that wasn't. You can look at and make changes because that wasn't the right way to do it. So, yeah.
She's happy. She got out the car, both hands in the air. Should be a great battle here. Palmer will be in the right lane. Foley lining up in the left lane. With lane choice, by the way. Haven't noticed a big difference here. I haven't noticed anything between the two lanes.
Nothing significant for sure. These were our two quickest cars from the first round of racing. They both 390 run, 393 for Palmer, 382 for Foley. So.
To the entire starting line process here. Burnout's complete, rolling back up to the starting line. Talked about the numbers before. Foley came out, threw one down. Low ET of the event so far. We'll find out how things go here. Palmer felt like there was a bunch more left in the car and in the track. We'll see if he goes after it.
You may just have to go find it right now. With Doug Foley, 382, the last pass. Foley just gotten better and better all weekend long.
Foley in and out of the throttle, and then flames went out as well for Palmer. Palmer's going to have enough to get it down through there, though, and get the win. 420, 211 miles per hour. 059 light there for Palmer, doing a nice job there at the starting line for sure. 076, very respectable for Foley as well. But the win will go to Palmer, so it'll be Scott Palmer and Krista Baldwin in the final round of fuel.
Well, this wasn't the prettiest pass we've ever seen out of these cars. You could see Foley get in trouble early. Palmer's car having a problem down track, but holding on long enough to get the win. Funny flame pattern out of Foley's car there early, and not sure what happened to Palmer's car. Might have kicked the belt off of it because the flame went down pretty fast.
And there's a look at how we got to the final round here in Top Fuel. Congratulations to the final two players that will have a shot at the win. Great to be back out here with the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series and, of course, the Top Fuel category as we begin to make some more history to the rich history that this sanctioning body has already developed. You got to make sure you come back and join us as we go racing once again in just a few minutes here with the IHRA. Welcome back to the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here at the first event of the 2025 season, having a great time. As we take a look at the ladder here for Mike McIntyre, of course, second generation racer for the Mac Attack team. Does have a win in Funny Car, but it was Pro Nostalgia Funny Car. So first IHRA Funny Car final here. And Top Fuel Funny Car. Or Funny Car. Great battle. These cars have been solid, man, for sure.
These were the two best cars all weekend. They'll struggle in qualifying, but then come first round, I knew he could put it together with the track conditions the way they were. They ran after the rain and come out here and laid one down. Been solid since. Mike McIntyre has been a really good car, except for last round we saw him come loose and pedal and get it there. He did a great job of pedaling last night to get that semifinal round win and get into the final.
Worsham 406.3 in the semifinals, 317 mile per hour. So definitely the class of the field there in terms of miles per hour, putting one together, and really did a nice job there in the semifinals. Of course, that was one day ago. Wipe all that out. It is time now for the finals in Funny Car. I keep bringing it up because it never ceases to amaze me how impressive these cars are, even to somebody that has as many laps as Dale Worsham. Not really been in the car, hasn't been racing a lot here as of late. Past 2 years, been doing a lot of tuning, of course, extremely good at what he does, and we know he has a lot of seat time, but got inside of that car there on Friday, got out of it after the first round of qualifying and said, man, this thing is fast.
Yeah, I had to laugh a little bit because I know what he's talking about. You spend some time out of the seat and you jump back in one and make that first lap and you go, oh yeah, I forgot about that. These things are fast. You think it's like riding a bike though. I was a little nervous jumping back in after being out for a while, and you're a little nervous, and they pull the wires and that thing fires up. The body goes down. You go, get out of the way. I got this.
Your brain's a little bit behind it. You're gonna, it's just so hard if you're not in it all the time. But I promise you, his head's right back in this thing now. He's up to speed.
Yeah, a couple laps and you're like, I'm ready. Let's go. Final round bound.
Del Worsham in the left lane. Mike McIntyre in the right lane. Mike McIntyre, your number one qualifier. Top bulb on for Worsham. Finals in Funny Car. Here we go. Great reaction time out of both. Del Worsham really driving the wheels off of that thing. It's not going to be enough. How about a 4:16.6, beating a 4:16 with a 0 on a hole shot. 20 thousandths advantage to McIntyre at the starting line. 0:42, 0:62, both of them on point. And what a drag race.
Now, that's a good funny car final right there. 0:42 to an 0:62. I was sitting here in the tower. Somebody was creeping the throttle on the starting line. You could hear the RPM start to rev up. Their foot was squeezing the throttle. I thought, don't red light. But he did 0:42. I don't know which driver it was, but both of them are on the tree. 0:42. Dell hadn't done this while. 0:62 in the final. The 60-foot's 9:42 for Mike McIntyre, 9:16 for Del Worsham. Well, McIntyre rolled her in. I can tell you, it didn't go 9:42 60-foot. And 9:16 for Dell, he had her in a little bit too. So both of them wanting that race. 4:16 to a 4:16. Couldn't ask for any better.
Yeah, Del Worsham, we'll watch this again. Keep your eyes on that white car because, man, that thing was moving around.
He did. They just dropped a cylinder right there. McIntyre's got one out as well, but Dell, look at him drive that car. That is pretty sideways that far down the racetrack and not spin the tires and come loose. I mean, it's probably slipping the tire pretty good, but didn't blow him off. I mean, that was he drove that race car. That's when you get down there and you got a whole handful of wheel, and that thing is turning to the right as hard as you can turn it. Great job. That was a great drag race. Those two guys put on a great show.
Really, really good drag race. Congratulations to Mike McIntyre, the rest of that team.
Ohio team, do it right here at home. That's awesome for them.
Locked in, but you're walking away with that Ironman ET of 4:16. Tell me what you're feeling right now.
It's crazy. This is insane. This is awesome. We love IHRA, love racing Dell, and man, this is huge. It's for my old man. My old man passed away last year. We did this together, and coming out here and doing this is just, I can't even describe it. Words can't describe it. We're gonna celebrate tonight.
Now, you won on a hole shot. Was that part of the game plan, or it just kind of felt like that?
It's crazy. Put it a little bit deep. I'm sure Tony's going to yell at me, but it is what it is, so we got the win.
Well, congratulations. Mike McIntyre going 293 miles per hour down that run. What a win.
Woo!
Back to you guys.
Yeah, boy.
Watching it one more time here. Knocks the cylinder out there for Mike as well on that left bank. Car still went really straight, though. Pretty straight.
It's funny. Sometimes the cars will go straight as an arrow, and then other times you put a hole out and just pull you right over to this one side. So, yeah, both guys doing a great job. And he's talking about rolling it in deep. His crew chief's going to be mad. Well, I always told my crew chief in the final round, they don't have lane choice for the winner's circle. There's no lane choice for the next round. You take all you can get and get the win. First one there wins. It don't matter. They get on you about rolling it in deep and maybe costing them lane choice early in the day. But final round, no lane choice for the final round.
Shorten that track up if you can. Ready to watch the top fuel cars go at it. Scott Palmer's car is fired up. He's going to line up alongside a very excited Krista Baldwin. Some pretty cool information here that we have been able to dig out of the archives. Either driver will be the 79th different winner here in Top Fuel. Would be the 4th IHRA female Top Fuel winner. If of course Krista can win this thing here. As we take a look at the ladder, Chris Macinas, of course the grandfather of Krista Baldwin, does have one IHRA win in Top Fuel. Have to go back to 1972. At the Empire Nationals. Scott Palmer won previous IHRA final at Milan, Michigan, 2008. Lost to Bruce Litton. Of course, Bruce Litton so successful over here with this sanctioning body.
The interesting thing about Krista Baldwin is her car has not been to the finish line all weekend, and here she is in the final round. It's one of those weekends that everything's going her way, and she's just walking to the final round. I don't see that happening and winning around this time. She's going to have to go to the finish line, but Scott Palmer did a burnout that time. I thought he was in a match race. I think it was an 8th mile burnout.
He's probably pretty excited to go, man. Number 1 qualifier, Scott Palmer. Number 2, Krista Baldwin. Boy, and they both take it right down there to the finish line. Another great side-by-side drag race. It's going to go to Scott Palmer. Both of them right there at the starting line again, ready to race. 0.58 for Palmer, had the advantage by just a small amount to an 0.64. Great driving job out of Krista. And then it will be Palmer that grabs the win with a 3.95 and an 8 over a 4.12 with a 5.
Both drivers doing a great job on the starting line. I mean, they were wanting that win. 0.58 and 0.64. The best reaction times they've had all weekend. 60-foot, Krista was way ahead on 60-foot. 8.79 to a 9.09. Then at 3.30, they're still together. Only 200's difference, but it was at the 8th mile mark where Scott Palmer started to pull ahead. I'm sure that Kristen's car looks like it might have dropped a cylinder about the 8th mile mark or about 300 feet. There it is. Oh, there's a whole lot earlier right there on the right-hand side, and that's what – now we got one on the left-hand side. That's where the car started to slow down. Palmer starting to pull away. Looks like Palmer's car might have put one out right there on the right-hand side, but a couple of cylinders out on Krista's car and cost her the win.
Congratulations to Todd Haas, Bobby Cardoza, the rest of the Scott Palmer gang. Excellent job there. And honestly, to Krista Baldwin's team as well, like you had talked about, they had not found the finish line and made a full pull all weekend long. They put one together there. I know it knocked some cylinders out just before the finish line, but by far their best effort and definitely kept Palmer honest.
Yeah, absolutely. That was not decided till after the 8th mile mark, so great drag race.
And let's get it back up and talk to Mr. Scott Palmer, the People's Champ, and our winner here in Top Fuel.
Scott Palmer, you just walked away with the Ironman. I gotta ask if the key to that win was that Coors Light last night.
Absolutely. Myself, Rex Harris, Jay Turner, a bunch of us hardcore guys, Todd Haas, all of our guys, you know. We believe in Coors Light. It's kind of a healer sometimes. So I was doing a terrible job of driving all year, all weekend. I just couldn't keep my foot on the floor. I was driving like a beginner. So today I had to step it up, and luckily my clutch worked good. Chris from CNCPE, I actually forgot to mention him yesterday, and he was kind of hard on me last night for not mentioning him. And Darren Mayer, without those guys, this thing don't get on the track. None of them. Redline Oil, Mark Beatty, PBR, Mark Recycling, Interpack, Mark Mickey, M&M Transmissions. I can't list them all. They're all my friends. They're not sponsors. They're my friends.
You got your friends behind you, and now you just told me you're a loser. I hate to break it to you. You're not anymore. Scott Palmer, Top Fuel winner. You're a champion.
Yeah, thank you.
Great stuff right there, man. What it's all about. Crew making their way up there. Plenty of Coors Lights tonight.
I think that
Today.
Last night was a few. Tonight might be a lot.
We've had a great time out here at Durana Raceway. Hope you enjoyed all the racing action. It's certainly been a pleasure to bring it to you. For the Christians, both Banks and Beat, and of course my colleague, Tommy Johnson Jr., I'm Ken Stout. We'll see you next time with the IHRA.